All winter, the old toad had been asleep under his stone. Pip had often peered at him there. He had called him, but the toad hadn't answered. He had tickled him with grass, but the toad hadn't moved. "Fast asleep," said Pip. "What an ugly old fellow he is. He's such a sleepy-head I don't believe he'll ever wake up again." One March day he went to the toadstone and peered underneath. Yes, there he was, the toad, fast asleep as usual. Pip felt naughty and began to call out rude names. "Slow coach, sleepy head, crawl about. Hey there, ugly one." The toad said nothing. His eyes were fast closed. Then Pip fetched a piece of straw and began to poke hard at the toad. "Wake up! It's springtime. The frogs are in the pond, sleepyhead." Suddenly the toad opened his eyes angrily and shot out his long, swift tongue. The end of it was sticky and it hit Pip smartly. The pixie was lifted into the air and almost went to the toad's mouth. Don't, he cried. "What are you doing, Toad?" "Teaching you a lesson," said the toad, looking at the pixie out of lovely coppery eyes. "Rude little creature. Aha! You didn't know I had a long tongue, Cr-r-r-roak, fastened to the front of my mouth so that I could flick it out and catch bad pixies on its sticky end, did you?" The toad held Pip in one of his front paws, his fingers round the pixie's arm. "Let me go, I'll fight you," said Pip. "Do you know what I do to frighten off my enemies?" said the toad. "I ooze out a horrible smelling, horrible tasting liquid, and nobody wants to touch me or taste me after that. How do you like it, Pixie?" The toad put Pixie on his back, and oh dear, he was covered with the toad's evil smelling liquid. Whatever would Aunt Twinkle say when he came home smelling like that? "I'm sorry, Toad. I won't tease you any more," he cried. "Let me go. Please let me go." So Toad let him go, and made his slow way to the nearest pond to look for a wife. And poor Pip went home smelling so dreadful that Aunt Twinkle wouldn't let him into the house for hours.